Hi there. Hi, Darian. My name's Suri Deitch, and I'm the Dean of Tulane SoPA. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm here, and my colleague Sheila Gold is here, who oversees recruitment and admissions. And looks like we have one more person joining us. We think we're going to have a really small group this evening. So we have this slide deck, and we want to make sure to go through it. But because it is a small group, we can spend more time actually talking to you about the things that you're interested in knowing about our school. So I have a question for you and for the person who's on calling in from 985. But you know what, we're going to wait another minute because we have another person joining us. And then we can ask you all at the same time. So we make sure to know what you're interested in. All right. So I'll just reintroduce myself real quick, and then I'm Suri Deitch, and I'm the Dean of the Tulane School of Professional Advancement. And I'm happy to welcome you to this webinar about our undergraduate degree and certificate programs. And we're really excited to be able to let you know more about them, and think that right now, like the week after Thanksgiving, late in 2021, is a really good time to be thinking about going back to school. And SoPA is a fabulous place to do it. So I'm going to say a little bit, and then I'm going to hand things off to my colleague, Sheila Gold, who's our Executive Director of Recruitment and Admissions. But first, if it's okay, just wanted to ask the three of you just to know a little bit more about where you're calling in from, and if you know what programs you're interested in, and I'll just call on you if that's okay. So Darian, do you want to just tell us real quick about yourself and what you're interested in, or what you think you're interested in? You're still muted. It might be in your lower left-hand corner of the screen. There you go.
Yeah. I'm from Thibodaux, Louisiana, and I'm interested in the business program.
Fabulous. That's great. Okay, well, thanks for joining us. And so we're just real quickly asking folks to let us know where you're calling in from and what you're interested in. So the person who's calling in from the 985 area code number, how about you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Blair. I'm also calling from Thibodaux. I'm an older student. I'm interested in the information technology degree program.
Fabulous. Okay, well, I just want to say our students range from age 17 to 77, literally. So I don't know what you mean by older.
Closer to 77 than 18.
Okay, well, that's fabulous. Well, nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us. And then just real quickly, how about you, Iris?
Hi, I'm calling from Baton Rouge, and I am interested in the exercise program.
Great, exercise science. Okay. So, well, thanks again for joining us. And then I think I scared someone off by asking people to talk. So sorry to that person for scaring them off. So I'll just say a little bit about SoPA and, what I think is important to know about it. And then I'll hand things off to Sheila. And yeah, so Tulane has this school named the School of Professional Advancement. It actually goes all the way back to the 1880s. And we focus on educating working adults and offering applied programs that are relevant to the workplace. And we do that both in New Orleans and online. And our students are about half in the New Orleans region, Louisiana, Mississippi, and then also spread around the country and even in other countries. And one of the great things about us, one of the many great things about us is that because we focus on working adults and students who have a lot of different kinds of experience, there are all kinds of ways in which we gear the academic experience to your interests and needs, and also sort of incorporate the fact that we know that you're coming with other experiences and you probably have a lot of other things going on in your life, into how you're educated and into how you're supported by both faculty and staff. In addition to that, I'll just say that it is an incredibly diverse student body and school in every way you can think of, not just age, right, which we just said, but also in terms of educational and professional backgrounds, high proportion of veterans and active duty students, students who have been to community college, people who have been out of school for a long time. One of the things that Sheila will talk a little bit later is about the ways in which we work with you to translate your professional and volunteer experience into college credit that you can use toward the bachelor's degree. And then also, racially and ethnically diverse and politically diverse, which is not always something that you find in higher education. It's an amazing school, and I'm really glad that you wanted to know more about it. So before I get off, I'll just say, and I know Sheila will echo this, that we really use the admissions process as a way to start to get to know you and to make connections and to help you connect with our faculty and our advisors. And so I think you've made a great first step by joining this webinar tonight. And I look forward to being in touch after today. So thanks again. And it was really nice to meet the three of you. And that's it for me.
Thank you, Suri. So a little bit more about our school that we are going to talk about tonight is our online education process. Many of our courses, even at the undergraduate level, are online. Not all of them are, but many of them are. So we like to talk a little bit about how our online experience is different. And by different, I mean better than some other schools. We're going to talk a little bit about our programs and our faculty, although this is a general webinar about all of our undergraduate programs. If you are interested in the specific program areas that you all mentioned, we do have webinars specifically for those programs, and I encourage you to sign up for those also because they're run by the program directors and they can tell you a lot more about the actual curriculum, the courses you'll be taking, and it's also really good to get to know your program director. We'll talk a little bit about our student support, which I also think is a differentiator for our school. A lot of schools are like, we want to enroll students, we want to get you enrolled, but they're not necessarily there for you while you're going through the process. We are very much committed to helping our students be successful in graduating. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about our affordability and flexibility, meaning many of our students need evening classes or afternoon classes or online classes because they have other commitments in their lives like family and work. And then also the strength of a Tulane degree, because we do feel like our degree helps students get jobs, which we know is sort of the ultimate goal of going back to school. So a little bit about online learning at SoPA. Everybody has sort of heard of online courses as a result of the COVID-19 epidemic. All schools had to go online. We've actually been in this space for about 4 years. What makes us different than a lot of other schools is we don't just take our courses and like throw in a PowerPoint and say it's an online course. We actually have master's level educators whose expertise is online curriculum design. They're called curriculum designers. And their entire master's experience has taught them how to take traditional classroom courses and translate it to the online space. So what that means for our students is that you have very interactive, engaging courses. So you get to know your faculty, you get to know other students in your class, you do small group work, you have simulations that you might do, you have responsive homework so that you feel like you're interacting with other people. And then, of course, you do have online meetings, online classroom meetings that happen about once a month. So you do get the opportunity to meet people and to get to know people and to work together. And so our students feel like, sure, I may be able to take the classes online, but you get all those benefits of an in-class experience as well. So just a little bit of data, and this is even a little bit like outdated. As of a few months ago when we did this slide, we've educated over 13,000 students in over 30,000 hours of online coursework. So like I said, we've been doing this since 2018, about 4 years. We have a lot of experience in the online space. And we also specifically train our faculty how to be instructors online. So it's not like faculty who are used to teaching in a classroom and they're like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know how to like get information to you all. Our faculty are trained to teach you online. And so that creates a very different experience for our students. So are the bachelor's degrees that we specifically offer, and you all obviously have done your homework because you're interested in our degrees, but we just like to go over them. Digital design, digital media and marketing communications, exercise science, which I think somebody was interested in, general legal studies, health and wellness, homeland security, humanities, information technology, public relations, and social sciences. So our humanities and social sciences are our most broad programs. They don't have specific areas that they focus on. It's very much like the liberal arts, the reading and writing, that sort of thing. And our other programs are a little bit more specific to these areas. So we also have undergraduate certificates, and I'm not going to read these through, but I think somebody mentioned business studies. So our professional certificate in business studies falls under here. And then we also have a lot of our education programs, our early childhood and secondary education, as well as our K through 12 education and teaching English learners is also what's called a post-baccalaureate certificate. And those certificates are undergraduate courses, but they specifically require that you already have a bachelor's degree. So that's only for our post-baccalaureate certificates, but they are undergraduate courses. So just an example of our faculty. So our faculty are all practitioners in the field in which they teach. So that means that they're not full-time teachers, but they're actually people who are practicing in the field. So Patricia Betancourt, for example, teaches in our paralegal studies program, but she's a lawyer. She's a litigation expert. Bo Boudreau teaches in our humanities program, but he is a poet. He's a professional poet. So he teaches writing, and that's what he does professionally. Tyra Mitchell is in our kinesiology and health and wellness program, but she's actually a physical therapist herself. And Ralph Russo, who's actually the program director for our IT program, he's a former NYPD officer, and he set up their actual counterintelligence program after 9/11. So he has done this for years. So that's the depth of experience you're going to have in the classroom from the teachers you get. So a little bit about our student support. So we are dedicated not only to having our students enter our program, but also successfully finish our programs. So our academic advising at SoPA are all for our students. We don't share our academic advisors with any other part of the university, which means that you get a lot of attention and that our advisors are available every day just to our students. Also, our faculty act as major advisors to our students. So you have an academic advisor, and then you also have a faculty advisor, as well as we have an in-house career advisor. So when it comes towards the end of your program, if you're looking for internships or jobs, our career advisor is available to help you with your resume, with your LinkedIn page, and also with helping you practice in terms of interviewing skills. So we wrap our students with a lot of support to help you all successfully graduate and get a job. So our credit for prior learning is a program that we offer to our students who might have some work experience or life experience. This is an opportunity for folks who have maybe worked in a field but want to go back to get a degree. If there's a class that you run across where you feel like, I don't need to take that class, I already know that information, you can actually meet with your advisor. And if you can show your advisor that you actually already know the knowledge that you're supposed to learn by the end of that class, if you already have that and can demonstrate that, then you can get what we call credit for prior learning, which means you don't have to take those classes. So for undergraduates, you can get up to 24 credit hours, which is a savings of both time and money. It'll get you to graduation sooner, and that's 24 credit hours you don't have to pay for. So our price point at Tulane SoPA is less than the rest of the university. And we do that purposely. That's our commitment to working adults who also have other commitments in their life in terms of family and career. Our tuition per credit hour is $576. Most of our courses are 3 credit hours. And so that is significantly less expensive than the rest of the university at the undergraduate level. We also have other ways that we can help students afford their time at Tulane. We encourage all of our students to fill out the FAFSA form, which is the federal form for financial aid. If you fill that out, you very well may qualify for federal grants and loans. If you are a veteran, we are very proudly a yellow ribbon school. We are military friendly. We offer a 20% discount for active duty military and veterans. If you're interested in our teaching programs and are a current teacher in Orleans or Jefferson Parish, we offer a 20% discount. Also, we offer our 24 credits for life and work experience. And if you are a member of PTK, which is the Phi Theta Kappa, if you've gotten an AA degree, but you are a Phi Theta Kappa member, we also offer a 20% discount. And if you're transferring in from another institution, but want to finish your bachelor's at Tulane, we also offer a 20% discount. So these are ways that we try to help students help pay for their education. So our application is online. It is an online application. It lives, if you go to our website, sopa.tulane.edu, which is the bottom of the page, you'll see a big button that says apply. You click on that and you will see our application. Our application is pretty straightforward. We're going to need you to upload a government ID, whether it's a driver's license or a passport. It does need to be valid. We'll need to have transcripts from any school from which you've received college credits. And then we'll just need you to fill out the rest of the information, which is generally like home address, that sort of thing. There is a $40 application fee, although we will waive it. We're collecting attendance from this webinar. So as a thank you to you for attending the webinar, we will waive the application fee. If you're interested in applying for the spring, which is the January semester, the application deadline is January 1st. So you still have time to apply. If you're interested in our summer start, May 1 is our application deadline. And then if you're interested in next fall, August 1st is our deadline. We do have early enrollment scholarships. So if you apply and enroll for classes by the early dates listed below, you'll get a $200 scholarship for your first semester. So I encourage you all to do that, to register early. It's just an easy way to save $200 off your first semester. If you apply, get admitted, it's getting kind of close for the December 1st deadline, then you'll still receive the $200 scholarship for January. If you haven't applied yet, it's a little bit close to get that for the spring. So that's really kind of the nuts and bolts. At this point, I'd like to take any questions from you all if you have them. Just feel free to take yourself off of mute. It's probably the easiest way to do it at this point. Any questions?
Yeah, this is Blair from
Hi,
Thibodeau.
Blair.
I know you said you have specific webinars for the specific majors. Generally speaking, the IT degree, is that available completely online?
So at the undergraduate level, there may be some classes that you have to do. You can virtually take your entire bachelor's degree online. There are a couple of classes. There's a math class and an English class that you need to take in person, but we can work with you to find places where you can take that, not at Tulane, but another place, and then transfer it into Tulane. So if you can't come to New Orleans for those two classes, we can help you with that. If you can drive in just for those two classes, it would be easiest. But the rest of your degree you can take online.
So in line with that, credits earned, does it matter when credit? I have credits from Nicholls State, but it's been a long time since I took those classes that I was successful in, fundamental core classes, English, math.
Yeah, how
like
long ago?
Ooh, I took English 101 in 1986 and English 102 in 1993.
So look, I would tell you to apply and send me an email. My email address is right there, and we will try to work with you to get that transferred. I can't guarantee it because I'm not the one who accepts those credits. That's done in our advising department and on admissions, but send me an email after that. I'd like to try and work with you to get those, because English is one of the ones that you have to take in person. And if you've already taken that and we can transfer that for you, I'll advocate on your behalf. That very well may be able to happen.
Okay.
Yep. Just send me an email.
Okay. All right.
Any other questions? Nope. Darian's shaking his head. So, all right. So folks, listen, I know that this was sort of like a quick webinar, but look, my email is right there on the screen. Send me an email if you have any questions. Go ahead and start our application if you haven't already. And we look forward to getting your application. Like Suri said, I love questions from students. I fundamentally feel like the application process is when we start to create relationships with our students. So ask questions, send me emails, and we hope that we'll be welcoming you as a student at Tulane very soon. That would be great for us and great for you all. So thank you, everyone, and happy holidays if I don't hear from you. Bye, everyone.